impossible. What you waiting for? Are you ready? Okay, say no more. Tell the chauffeur to open Mercedes door. Put the pedal to metal and made it soar. She was, but I made it sure it was. So we stayed indoors. Let's take it where no one has been before. It feel like I've known you some years before, but I don't know. Are you ready? Okay, say no more. Are you ready? Okay, say no more. She's a Lotus and I'm the conductor of a Magnum Opus. Simply braggadocious. Why don't we take advantage of this moment? And wherever you own, we own it.
We come at you from the shores of Lake Erie. EA Sports has the coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Cleveland Browns. The first quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Looking to throw right away is Watson. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First carry for Nick Chubb. And he is going to lose yardage here. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. In motion comes the tight end left. On 2nd and 11 now. Watson forced out to his left. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Off of play action, it's Watson. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. They'll send a receiver in motion left. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Chargers are going to have it here just past the 25. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Caught by Allen. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. first quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
7 yards there and a first down. It's Eckler again, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Well, this defense for the Browns, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Herbert now. He'll air this one out for Mims. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game, watching him try to take away that area of the field.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now it's Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And that's a heck of a moment for your first sack of the game, because if this long drive ends without a touchdown because of that sack, we're going to look back and say that might be one of the biggest plays of this contest.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. Well, it's not the touchdown that they wanted, CD, but still, they got to be pretty happy here. You steal the ball away from them on their opening possession, and you turn that into the early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you painted the picture perfectly there. All the things that have gone on, and the important thing, other than the lead, of course, is as you described, both sides of the ball now have some momentum.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Their second drive here to ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own. You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Watson. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, Watson. There's another catch by the running back, Nick Chubb. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Watson off play action. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip.
Chargers 10, Browns 9.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Asante Samuel Jr. there finding his way to the ball for a stop and a tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And again, it's Chubb. And some room to work. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. The Browns at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Watson now to throw. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Joey Bosa from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now it's Watson. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Watson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. He's got room at the 30, and they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Chubb running right. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns have got it back to within a score. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
On 2nd and 10, Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him 12 yards there, and the Chargers have a first down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. We remind you in just a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far. The tackle there by John Johnson.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It's only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. 60 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Herbert jet sweep as he taps it forward. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. 5 yards remain on 2nd down. Option play, and they'll give to Eckler. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Once more, here's Eckler. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. And we're going to get a timeout. with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime intermission with the visiting Chargers on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
Let's see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Eckler going to get it again on second down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
On 4th down, Herbert. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a
touchdown, Browns. Donovan Peoples-Jones, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns strike quickly here to tie up the ball game. Extra point by York is up and good. And that will put them on top here in the 3rd. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Taylor now from the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Charger drive about to get going. So the offense back out now, coming off its first interception of the game the last time out, trying to reestablish some momentum here, Charles. But they're trailing defensively. Maybe these guys smelling the blood in the water a little bit.
Yeah, I think that they probably are, but what they need to do right now is just make sure they don't force the action too much themselves. They've got them on the run a little bit. You just want to be in a position where if they make another mistake, you're there to capitalize on it and take it away from them.
And that's going to be good for a Chargers first down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On first down, Justin Herbert. This will be caught at Samuel. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Eckler now between the tackles. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the 1st down. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now.
But forget knowing what the 1st down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
They snap it to Herbert. That's to his running back, complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the 1st down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
He had to fight that time. Ran through 1 tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for a 4th quarter lead. And this one is right through. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 23-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Watson, open man here, Schwartz, complete. Finding space at the 40, down the right sideline. And he's going to get this down inside the 40 before he's finally ridden out of bounds. A big play that time for Cleveland. 41 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Down inside the 10, and all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Chubb is in. Touchdown, Cleveland. The York on now for the extra point. He's got it, and it's now a 21-16 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Charger drive about to get going. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Up the middle with Eckler. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Able to connect with Mims. Finding room at midfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So a first. And this one complete again to Mims. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Deebo Samuel. 48 yards. And the Chargers answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth quarter lead. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown on the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit.
Do you have one of those charts that tells you to go for 2 or go for 1?
I don't. I know you do. But I don't care what the chart says there. You got to kick it, right?
I agree totally, because somewhere the chart's going to, something's going to pop out of the chart and say, hey, man, just kick the extra point here. You're in good shape. I think they were chasing points there when they didn't need to.
Yeah, try to get a little bit greedy, take the lead in the fourth quarter. Now they still trail by 1. The Browns drive about to get started.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
Well, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down, and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
They run again on 1st down. Chubb. Room here to run.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 74 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. They run it again with Chubb. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
And now they're going to get the timeout. A huge play has him in field goal range with a chance to win.
Well, the entire game coming down to this kick from Cade York.
And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So this is certainly a tough test here in the early career of the rookie kicker. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And the kick is good. The young rookie coming through like a 10-year vet. And the Browns are going to win the football game.
What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down the stretch.